Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Tuesday 2-minute technology tip. One of my New Year's resolutions was to not talk as much on these so that I can actually see if I can make them 2 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to show you how to search for high resolution images with transparent backgrounds using your Chrome browser. These are perfect for presentations or anything else you might want to use images for. So if I come up to my browser and I type in cars and press return and go right here to images and click on that, I'm going to now have a ton of images to choose from. However, these are random. They're random in size, they're random in color, they're random in a lot of things. So I want to filter these out. So here are the 3 steps you're going to want to use. We're going to go to search tools right here to do this. So if I click on search tools and come over to here to where it says size and click on that drop down arrow and I click on large, I'm going to get rid of all of the smaller resolution images so that I don't end up with anything that's going to be pixelated in my presentations. So second step is I'm going to come over to color and I want to get rid of all these images that have backgrounds already attached to them. They're going to end up looking like I've cut something out and just pasted it onto the screen, and it's not going to look very good. So if I come up to color and I click on that and I go down to where it says transparent, I am now going to get rid of all of those images that have backgrounds. And so those are the first 2 steps. Make this large, make this transparent. Now here's the third step. A lot of people have a tendency to say, okay, here's the image I want. I'm going to grab this and drag it to my desktop. The problem is this is just a tiny little thumbnail. And if you actually end up putting this into your presentation, it's going to be tiny and it's actually going to still have this white box attached to it. I need to go 2 steps ahead in order to do this. If I click here, you can see now that I have a checkerboard background, which tells me that this is an image with a transparent background and it's a PNG file. And if I click on view image, that's the step I actually want to take one step further. And so now if I grab this and I take this to my desktop, that's the image I want to use. I then want to come up here and command copy that because I want to give credit where credit is due. And so let's take a look at these 2 images and see what they actually look like. So here's the first one that I pulled down, and you'll see it's a teeny tiny image. That's the actual size of it, and it still has the white box attached to it. It looks like I cut it out. Here's the second image I downloaded, and you'll see it's much larger and it actually has a gray background. That's going to tell me, if we see that in preview, that it has a transparent image. So if we go back into Chrome and we take a look at the Piktochart website, these are the 2 images that I dropped in here. You can see here's the first one that I pulled in, and if I were to try and make this bigger, you're going to see right away it's pixelated. That's because that original picture is as big as it gets. This image, on the other hand, this actually shrunk a little bit, so I could actually make this bigger and it still has great resolution and it still looks good and looks slick and it looks professional. So I don't know if I quite made my 2 minutes, but I think improved on my time. That is this week's Tuesday 2-minute technology tip. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I will see you next week.
Her lipstick reflex got me wound.